Sunday Igboho's aide and other agitators stormed London and asked BBC to report what is ongoing in Nigeria. Several days after the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho in different countries, supporters of the activists have stormed London to demand for their freedom. Sunday Igboho spokesman Olayomi Koiki was spotted among other agitators during the protest in central London. The agitators were seen with placards as they cried out for the release of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho and 12 people who were reportedly arrested during the invasion of Igboho's house. They also requested that consular assistance be rendered to Nnamdi Kanu. In another video, the agitators marched onto the British Broadcasting Corporation headquarters in London. They chanted several times, quote, BBC report what is going on in Nigeria, end quote. Sunday Igboho's arrest in Benin Republic was the most recent, and this is not the first protest that has been held in demand for his freedom. All right. I mean, that's what they can do. Again, if you, as Nigerians, as Yorubas, Igbos, it's clear you can't exercise your freedom of protest in your own country, so you have to do it in another country. And to think that Nnamdi Kanu is actually a citizen of the UK, he's actually denounced his Nigerian citizenship a lot of times. He's denounced it, and so on that note, technically, Nnamdi Kanu should sort of have some British privilege because he's a citizen, isn't he? I mean, that is it. And it's funny to think because the Nigerian president, president of England, as well as the Kenyan president, had like a meet and greet in London for some education summit. Again, probably a holiday for them. They met up, and it's just so funny because it's like the leaders of these countries that are related in the same issue, in a way, are just don't care. Just absolutely don't care. And it's very much sad. But it's good to see that, his spokesperson, Olayomi Koiki, was spotted among other agitators during the protest in central London. Again, so many protests are in central London, they happen there. But again, it's the most effective that, that protests could get if they wanted to. In Nigeria, there's going to be a protest like this, just be ready for violence. Like, there's literally no way about it, And I think Nigerians have to prep their minds that if you're going to protest, it's never going to be peaceful. Even if you want it to be peaceful, the government will make it, rowdy, where the protesters are seen as the villains and as the uncivilized ones, as the whatever. It's just very, very sad. Very, very sad. So yeah. That is literally what it is. The comments here say, senseless people continue agitating for what is impossible. They will continue agitating, except something miraculous happens. But I think we're just so divided as a country. Like, it's so unlikely. It's very much. How let's say it. It's too fairy tale like to think that Nigeria can still be better. Like, it's too fairy tale like. It's too much. But that does not mean that we are not under a state, and that does not mean that Nigerians will not still demand for their rights and will not be vocal about the fact that for the time being, as citizens of the country, they are entitled to certain rights. That is it. And and the right to security and safety is one of them. Not even that, is their human right. So this is a whole global thing. Somebody else says, Nigeria is a terrible country under Buhari. Okay. Someone says, well done, guys. If not because protest is banned in Benin Republic, I could have personally organized one in solidarity with Chief Igboho. Apparently, even the Obas, the Yoruba Obas in Benin Republic also, I think they had like a whole coalition or something. And they literally had sent a letter to the Benin Republic president to basically watch himself and be fair in his judgment and what is going on. Because obviously they likened it to Kenya's situation, and of course they don't need such bad publicity anyway. From all this, it's not worth it. Somebody else says, BBC to report what is going on in Nigeria. Do you want them to expose the obedient Fulani slaves to the whole world? Because I don't know why you need to tell BBC here when you have BBC, BBC Igbo, BBC Yoruba, BBC Nigeria, BBC Africa, BBC everywhere, and yet they cannot They cannot broadcast this. Are you surprised? Somebody here says, as far it is two major groups in Nigeria coming together to fight, it's a great development. Wishing you well. Okay. Somebody here says, countrymen, I want us to be objective always in the manner in which we make our presentations. I want to ask, who is villainizing who? For those of you who do not know what the North is all about, this is for you. Be informed that a very substantial number of those living in the North are other tribes other than the Hausa or Fulani, as the case may be. I become surprised when some people consider the North as a Fulani settlement. Please discard this impression and think about a better Nigeria that will not come by magic unless we put aside all our differences and find a better means of making Nigeria great again. Okay, cool. Again, to be honest, looking at the foundations on which Nigeria was actually built or created, it wasn't a good one. It wasn't. Nigeria was basically a contract deal, was bought. Nigeria was colonized. There was terrorism, theft, killing, kidnapping, raping, interrupting of history. Stealing, transportation, manipulation, abuse. What else? Cheap, too cheap. Just free labor. Nothing like cheap. It was just free labor, extortion. Name it all, and look at the problems of the country today. It's not like as if these things don't happen everywhere else in the world, but fundamentally, a lot of things as just Africans, and when it comes to spiritually, financially, economically, everything, there just has to be what's the words? Renaming, remembering, yes, remembering. There has to be a whole intervention, because really and truly, we are all just in total confusion. And it is very, 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 very sad and unfortunate. But of course, protest the way that you can. It's hard for Nigerians to protest, not that they don't want to, but you have to prepare your mind that potentially is the day you go. Being frank and very honest, let's not kid ourselves. Pooh boy, think about this in the comment section below. Do not forget to like and subscribe.